What's up, friends? How you all doing? Hope you're doing well. My name is Jesse Hughes, and I'm happy that you have taken out of your time to look at another video that I'm doing. And hopefully, I could say something that will encourage. Hopefully, I could say something that will build you all up. Hopefully, I could say something to edify. If I say something today or tonight, whenever you watch this video, like it, subscribe to it, even share it with somebody and let them know that that you was encouraged by it, you was built up by it, because that's what it's all about. It's about building, edifying, and lifting one another up in love. But it's not about me being a YouTube sensation, because I'm not. I just enjoy talking to people and encouraging people about not just God but life in general. And I'm sitting here thinking, I was looking at the news on TV, and it's like, here we go again with something else. I remember a couple years ago, during the previous administration, how every time you turn the TV on, it was always something, negative. It was always something fighting you. The Republicans fighting against the Democrat, or this type of people are fighting against that type of people. And it got to the point where it was aggravating to even watch the news. It was aggravating to watch, political arenas, because there was too much warring and too much fighting over unnecessary stuff, And I'm looking at the news earlier, and it was like, something else happened in Alabama, yesterday, as it pertains to violence and everything. And it's like, where do we go from here? It's so aggravating. It's so annoying to see every time you turn the TV on, every time you watch the news, and it's always about this happening, it's about this shooting, it's about this that is going on bad. It's always about the bad news when it comes to society. And I'm at the point where right now, I've always been the type of person that believed in God, believed in the things of God, because Jesus Christ is the best thing that could ever happen to me, or couldn't happen to you all. But when it comes to that, I was always, about Jesus. I was all about, trying to live the best life I can and live a righteous life. But right now, it's gotten to the point where it's almost, you need God in your life. Although you've always needed God, but you need God more now than you ever needed God before, because it is so much going on. And if you don't have a type of resolve, you don't have a type of religious fervor, if you don't have a type of sense about who God is and how can he get you out of the situation that you're in, then we will be consumed about a lot of negative. We will be consumed about a lot of health issues, mental health issues, a lot of depression and discouragement. We will be consumed by a lot of those things. Therefore, we need to get God in our life right now. Like I said, I've always been religious. I've always believed in God. I've always been around people that believed in God, my relatives being deeply religious and everything. But right now, it's to the point where you can't make it without God. You can't make it without having God to give you a type of calmness in the midst of all this thing that are going on, in the midst of the insanity. You need a sane mind. You need a God that will give you peace. You need a God that will give you not only peace, a God that will give you calmness in the midst of a storm, because there's so much going on. There's a lot of, like I said, there's shooting, there's homelessness, there's depression, there's a lot of things going on, and it's gotten to the point right now. But it's not about our own personal feelings, our own fighting and warring and jarring with this person or that person, but it's about getting God in our lives. And not only getting God in our lives, it's about us trying to be better in society, better family people, be better, love one another. A lot of times we are fighting over nonsense. We are going through depression. We're going through a lot of family issues over nonsense, something that don't even make sense. It ain't even worth, what it's worth. We're fighting over because this person didn't do this or that person didn't do that. Therefore, we are able to throw away years. We're able to throw away so many things over nonsense. And it's gotten to the point right now, people, friends, that we've got to get not only God in our life, we got to make a change, because it is high time for we to be fighting over nonsense. You didn't speak to me, or you didn't say this or that about me, or I did this to you 6 months ago or a year ago. Therefore, you're still holding grudge. You're still holding a type of animosity. You're still holding a type of ill will against that person. But it is time right now that we get not only God in our life, but we got to get some help for the mental state that we're in. And when I say we, I'm talking about the world, the community, the state that we live in. We are being bombarded with so much stuff, and it's causing our minds to be clogged up with confusion, clogged up with anger, clogged up with a lot of different things that it don't have to be clogged up with. And when I say, when I talk about we, I'm talking about us as people. We've got to get to the point where we got to get God in our lives. A lot of us is going through a lot of family issues, going through bad marriages and breakup over nonsense. And when I say nonsense, I'm not saying if a person beating you, if a person, about to kill you physically, emotionally, that you stay in that type of relationship. But it is time that we as family people be family people, because our kids need us, because they see a lot of things that's going on, like the thing that's going on in Alabama right now, the things that went on in Texas and New York. They're being destroyed because of those things, those mentalities. And when you look at where it took place, it took place in a grocery store, a supermarket, it took place in a school, now it's taking place in churches. Those are three of the most safest places that we can go as people and find safety and find shelter. But those sheltered places are being taken away by the enemy, being taken away by mental health people, are being taken away by things that shouldn't be taken away. The church should be the safest place that we can go. The school should be the safest place where we can go. A supermarket to make groceries or shop should be one of the safest places that we can go and find a type of resolve, type of calmness. But the enemy has came into those calm places and caused us to be disturbed, caused us to be confused, caused us to be in fear. Therefore, we as family people, we as people, Americans, we as people that is born in this world, we've got to do better. We've got to stop fighting over nonsense. We got to stop, worrying about this or worrying about that. If we are family men, be a family man. If you are a family woman, be a family woman. And not just, have it all for yourself and say, well, this person did that to me, therefore I'm going to try to destroy his life. I'm going to destroy her life because I'm holding a type of animosity. Right now, it is time out for to let away our own feelings, lay aside our own personal ideologies on life and everything. But we've got to get to the point right now, people, where it's about, safety. It's about, our family. It's about making sure that our family is safe, our loved ones are safe, because there's too much going on in this world to be fighting over nonsense. It's too much going on for us to have an overload of bad news. Bad news. Every time you turn the TV on, it's bad news. But we've got to get to the point, people, where it's about us loving one another. It's about us not only loving one another, but we've got to get God in the picture, because if God is not in the picture, then everything else will go helter-skelter and haywire. But we've got to get God in the picture, and if God is in the picture, it will help us forward with our mentality. It will help us forward with our relationship, our marital relationship, our family relationship, our even friendship as it pertains to one another. So now, if I say something today, I'm not trying to hype you. I'm not trying to get you all wind up or roused up. But we've got to get to the point, people, where it is about God getting into our lives and help us out of this situation where we're in, because the world is going crazy, people. And we need God to help us in everything that we're going through. We need God to help us in our families. We need God to help us in our churches and our communities. We need God, because if God is not in the picture, everything else will go down. But let's try to be family people. Let's try to love one another. Lay aside all of our past, differences, our past feelings of he said, she said, and a lot of anger and a lot of disagreements. Let's get back to the point where it's all about not only family, but it's about God. Because if God is in the picture, then our family will be okay. Our communities will be okay. But when God is not in the picture, that's when the world is being taken and overrun by the enemy and by evil. So if I say something today that encouraged you all, that inspired you, like, subscribe, share, comment, because it is not about our own personal feelings anymore, but it's about making sure God is in the picture. And when God is in the picture, He is helping our families be better families. He helping us to be better people in society, so that we can be better for our kids and better for our loved ones. So until this time next time, get God in the picture. And when God is in the picture, everything will be okay. So until this time next time, I want to say God bless you, and God bless you.